Season 1 is coming to Marvel Rivals, and we're looking at the update that will be released for January 10th for Season 1. Looking at buffs and nerfs to the characters. They released the patch notes today on January 8th. So as Season 0 draws close to the end, we are getting ready for Season 1. So we're looking at the adjustments where Captain America is getting a buff, increasing his survivability from multiple different areas, including increases base health from 650 to 675 as well. Doctor Strange will be getting a nerf, reducing his threat range and increasing the defense window of his Sorcerer Supreme. So getting a bit of a mix on both of those as well. Thor, the God of Thunder, is also getting a little bit of a buff because he needs to have more increased survivability, increasing his damage, his health by 500 to 525. The Hulk himself has been dominant, and he is reducing his guard gamma shield value for the Hulk from 250 to 200, so he is getting a classic nerf. Moving on to Venom, he will be getting an increase in his survivability, so he's getting a buff. Making sure that his loss of point from 1 to 1.2 on his symbiotic resilience. The base damage of the Feast of the Abyss is 40 to 50. Black Panther is getting a nerf, going from reducing his additional health provided from 40 to 30, and the upper limit of his health from 120 to 75. Black Widow is increasing her range of the first effect of the dance from a 3 meter radius to a 5 meter radius, and reducing the time for the Fleet Foot to recover, and reducing the time for electroplasmic explosions, her ultimate ability, from 1 second to 0.6 seconds, so she is getting a buff. Hawkeye is getting a nerf. Well-deserved nerf according to the community. Slightly reduced spread angle between every 2 blasts, reducing his trigger distance of passive attacks in the archer's focus from 60 meters to 40 meters, reducing the maximum damage of the passive from 80 to 70 as well. Hela, the Goddess of Death, has been a menace, so she is getting a nerf, reducing her health from 275 to 250 to match some of those other DPS characters. The Moon Knight is also getting a buff on his ability to increase the number of talons by his hand, so that's his ultimate ability, from 10 to 14, and increasing the explosion radius of each talon as well from 4 to 5 meters. Namor is also getting a bit of an adjustment here, adjusting his throwing of his monster spawn and frozen spawn. Now he can more accurately throw them to desired locations. Psylocke is getting options for the hero's damaged Demon Slayer ultimate. Now the Dance of the Butterfly will check for barriers, including Magneto's Metal Bulwark. The Punisher will slightly increasing the damage of the Frank's shotgun, slightly reducing the spread of Deliverance. Scarlet Witch is getting a buff and increasing her combat strength when she's facing duelists or strategists. Increases her control from 50 seconds to 60 seconds for her fixed damage. Reducing the percentage of damage from 5% to 3%, increasing the burst of his projectile from 30 to 50. Storm, the Witch Weather, needed an overall increase, so she is getting a buff for also optimizing the field of her left-click projectile and the release of experience for her ultimate ability. Her Windblade projectile speed will increase its speed from 100 to 150 meters per second, and left-click damage from 50 to 55, increasing the Bolt Rush from 70 to 80. And after releasing the Omega Hurricane, she will now increase her damage from 350 to 450 and changing the rate of fire as well. Squirrel Girl coming in, increasing the threat and her furry friends and their ultimate ability, getting a buff, but also getting a nerf to reducing her Squirrel's Tusami health from 600 to 300, so that may take you out less as it approaches you. The Winter Soldier will be adjusting Bucky by decreasing his long-range combat strength and increasing his medium to close range, so get a bit of a neutral on that one. Increases his bonus health provided and also increases his projectile damage from 70 to 75, reduces the base area damage from 70 to 65, and also will increase his base health from 250 to 275. Wolverine coming in here for a buff, increasing his basic combat strength, but also decreasing his survivability after getting his Undying Animal activation. Increasing his base health from 300 to 350, reducing the damage ratio from Undying Animal from 50% to 40%. Moving to the strategists we have here, Cloak and Dagger. Ty and Tandy will receive an increase in their healing capability as well as the expansion in the coverage of the area of their ultimate ability. Reduce the Dagger Storm cooldown from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Increase the number of dashes in the internal bond from 3 to 4. Jeff the Land Shark is also getting adjusting the range for his ultimate ability, so now it better fits the warning marker. In addition, we're also increasing his healing capability, so he's getting a buff. Adjust his ultimate ability from 10 meter sphere to a 10 meter radius and 5 meter cylindrical sphere for the height. Increasing the healing of his Joyful Splash from 140 seconds to 150 per second. Moon of Snow, she will be getting an adjustment to her ultimate ability, preventing players from abusing its healing capabilities. Increases the interval for switching between healing and damage in Fate and both worlds from 0.1 to 0.5 seconds. Mantis will be making Mantis feel a bit less fleet-footed, and she'll be reducing her roaming support capabilities, reducing her Nature's Favor, her passive movement, from 2.5 meters per second to 1.5 meters per second. And Rocket the Racoon, he's also getting enhancement to his healing ability. He's getting a buff, so he'll be able to heal you better, increasing the healing of his repair mode from 60 to 70 seconds. There's also increases to the team of abilities. Go ahead and check those out as we go on.